A lot of women tend to recoil at this term submissive. But if you're going to be with a high value man, he probably wants a woman who is going to submit to and be cooperative with whatever it is that he has going on. That does not necessarily mean that you are barefoot and in the kitchen and that you have no autonomy and that you can't leave the house unless he tells you to, but you are willing to submit to going with what the man is doing rather than making it about what you want to do. That's what submission means. It does not necessarily mean that you have no power and no say and no voice. Number 3, you are supportive and nurturing. Not only supportive and nurturing of the man himself, but a high value man is usually looking to reproduce because he wants to create more people in the lineage of his high value self. So he needs a woman who is nurturing, which means she is going to have a child or have children and be nurturing of the children to raise the kids while he is out, collecting the money, making the bread, doing the things. She needs to be taking care of the kids. And again, it doesn't mean you can't ever leave the house, but you do have to have the nurturing spirit to where you can raise up his kids the way he wants his kids raised up. That's one of the reasons why he's looking for a woman. Number 4, low sexual history. Yes, this does matter. That if your, as they say, body count is high, then that lowers your value. And if what you have put out there to the world and for the world to see seems to expose you sexually in such a way, even if it's not you actually having sex, that also lowers your value. The way you put yourself out there and the way people see you publicly in your public persona, your image, all that has a lot to do with how people look at you on a sexual level. Number 5, you fit into a man's program. Again, you are not trying to be a boss bitch and be the one who's in charge of everything. If you want to be a boss bitch, that's cool. You just don't fit the criteria for being a high value woman for a high value man. A high value woman is going to fit into a man's program, meaning you are going to get behind what he's doing. The push comes to shove between where he's going and his life and his program and where you're going in your life, then his program is going to win because you are willing to get behind him and follow his lead instead of him following your lead or the two of you trying to race against each other. And that leads to number 5. You have a feminine presentation, a feminine, soft, submissive presentation. The way do you put yourself out there to the world? It's not a woman who walks around behaving as if she's a man or has the energy of a man or is trying to compete with or think you are just as good as or better than a man. If you want to have that energy, fine, go do you, but understand you don't fit the description of a high value woman. So if you want to know what a high value woman is, I just told you. You want to learn more about how to apply these types of frameworks to your life, your business, and everything else, work on YourGameUniversity.com.